Namaskara. I request all the delegates waiting outside kindly come on to the venue and take their places as we are going to start our program agenda for day 2. Dear friends, a warm welcome to you all. The Department of Higher Education, MHRD, RUSA, and elets Technomedia are jointly organizing Jnana Sangama conference, a 2-day national conference on higher education in Bangalore. We did our inaugural session yesterday, and today is the second day, the concluding day. And Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Karnataka, Sri T.V. Jayachandra inaugurated yesterday's inaugural function. Deputy Chief Minister of Telangana and Minister for Higher Education, Government of Telangana, was the chief guest yesterday. The wonderful sessions we had yesterday, and many speakers representing from their states like Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan, and many more universities from Karnataka and outside have given a beautiful presentations on the best practices in higher education and also ICT implementation in their universities. Today we have 3 sessions and a roundtable conference. And may I take a pleasure inviting the first day's panel speakers on the theme of expanding education beyond the campus confines, integrating it with the local industrial economic ecosystems. Now I request today's panel speakers to come on the dais, grace the occasion. I'll start with Mr. K. Virupaksha, General Manager, Canara Bank. Give them a round of big applause to the Mr. Virupaksha. And grace the occasion, sir. I welcome you, sir. And our next panel speaker member, Mr. M. Sundar Kumar, Director, C. Bangalore. Sir, may I request you to come on the dais and take grace the occasion for today's session. And Dr. Illamugu, Controller of Examinations from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Sir, may I request to kindly come on the dais and take your position, please. And Dr. Srinivas, Academic Officer, Commissionerate of Technical Education, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Sir, may I request you please also join us. So I request all the speakers to use their 10 minutes of the precious time and give their presentations within focus areas and concentrate more on the best practices and ICT implementations than the institutional courses and programs. So most of us are experts here. They are well aware of the courses. So I may request our panel speakers today to focus on the best practices and their processes that they have implemented. Now I request Mr. Virupaksha to kindly come here and give their presentation, sir. Yes,
where you will change?
We'll give a handle.
Yeah. Distinguished panelists, other delegates and dignitaries, good morning to all of you. I am representing Canara Bank. I am Virupaksha, General Manager. Those who are from southern states like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Canara Bank doesn't require any introduction because we have large number of branches throughout the country, that too in the southern states. Canara, for the sake of those who are coming from other states, I would like to say a few words about Canara Bank. Canara Bank is one of the peer banks in the country, having 5,800 and branches. We are also having about 9,000 plus ATMs. Our domestic total business has crossed more than 8 lakh crores. Friends, coming to today's topic, basically I am a banker. I will speak only about the education loans. You are all familiar that our existing education loans, mainly they confine to classrooms, that is university, for academic education some technical courses, and those who are going abroad for their higher studies. Most of our education loans are confined to this type of teaching. But there are students who are unable to continue their education. They want to have some distance education or correspondence courses. And also some of employed persons who could not complete their higher studies, they want to go for higher studies or they want to continue their education. Added to that, there are some skill development courses also. As you know, these skill development courses are of short duration, say about 6 months or 1 year. And a lot of demand is there for these skill development activities. That's why India is called as a young country. That is because 63% of our population is below the age group of 35 years. Keeping this in mind, Canara Bank, we in Canara Bank, we have taken so many initiatives in extending this formal education loans and also informal education loans, those who want to take up their higher studies. In this connection, I have a small presentation. It's about just 5-10 minutes. Just I will go through this presentation. As I mentioned earlier, Canara Bank is one of the pioneer banks in formulating these education loan schemes. And we started these education loans way back in 1956 through our Jubilee Education Fund. As of now, we are we have already granted about 2.9 lakh education loans to deserving students, and our total outstanding under education loan is about 6,500 crores. And in the country, Canara Bank is the number one among nationalized bank, having lent a large number of education loans. And added to that, Canara Bank is the mandated bank or the nodal bank for monitoring subsidy under various these government sponsored schemes like CSIS, Padho Pradesh, Ambedkar CSIS, so many subsidy schemes are there, inter-subsidy schemes. Canara Bank is the mandated bank for administering the subsidy throughout the country. This is the performance of the bank in the last 3 years, how the bank has lent for education loans over the years. As I mentioned, bank is having about so far we have lent about 2.9 lakh, 90 lakh education loans amounting to 6,523 crores. This slide clearly shows our initiatives, how now we have a separate Vidya Lakshmi portal for online application for education loans. But before the Vidya Lakshmi portal, our bank, we developed an online application that is for applying education loans and also track the status of the applications. Before that Vidya Lakshmi scheme, we started this portal. Apart from that, for those girl students who pursue their education, for them bank is extending 0.5% concession in the rate of interest. And all these processing charges and other things are waived for education loans. Then after this IBA, as Indian Bankers Association, they formed a model education loan scheme. Under this education loan schemes also, we are the leaders and we are extend good number of education loans under this scheme. We have also tied up with so many agencies for vocational education. That is National Skill Development Corporation, Bombay Stock Exchange Services, then Bosch Training Institute, Bangalore, then Biocon Academy Limited, then VE Commercial Vehicle Limited. So all these, they are providing skill upgradation trainings, and we are extending loan facilities to these students who undertake these courses after their, it's a tie-up arrangement with these companies. Once that course is over, they will be absorbed in the service of those companies. This is the model education loan scheme. Probably for inland, there are two categories of education loan. One is for inland studies. Here the loan component is about restricted to 10 lakhs. And those who want to go abroad for higher studies, we are also extending education loans. There the ceiling is maximum of 20 lakhs. That doesn't mean that we will not give loans beyond this. Banks are also giving the education loans beyond 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs with the same rate of interest, but that will not be reckoned as a priority sector lending. This is the only indicative amount. And the margin also up to 4 lakhs as per the government guidelines. We are not insisting for any margin. And above 4 lakh loan only 5% margin will be there. And those who are going abroad for higher studies, the margin of 15%, that is they have to bring in. And the security also, as we are getting guarantee cover for loans up to 7.5 lakhs, no securities are insisted. Over and above 7.5 lakhs only, some securities they have to insist. Then rate of interest also, now these rate of interest also very competitive rate of interest bank is offering. We are charging only that base rate plus 2%. Canara Bank base rate is 9.65 plus 2%, that is 11.65 only the rate of interest. And moratorium period, irrespective of the course, we are giving 1 year's repayment holiday. That means the repayment starts only after course period plus 1 year. After 1 year only this repayment starts, and the repayment period also maximum are giving irrespective amount. We are giving about 15 years for these education loans. This is a nutshell about the model education loan scheme of the IBA and Canara Bank. Then as I mentioned, for this skill upgradation also, we are extending loan facilities. Loan amount varies from 5,000 to 1.5 lakhs. Here no margin, no security, rate of interest and other things are similar. Here also the repayment holiday provide about 6 to 12 months, and the repayment period is about 3 to 7 years after completion of the course. We have a separate scheme for Vidya Turant. Vidya Turant for those IITs and IIMs and ISBs, those institutes, recognized institutes, other recognized institutes, totally bank has recognized some 73 institutes throughout the country. For those who are students pursuing their education in these reputed colleges and universities, we are offering very competitive rate of interest, that is base rate. We are offering these loans without any security. Up to 25 lakhs, we are not insisting any security in case of IIMs, and in case of ISBs, we are not insisting any security up to 30 lakhs, and other recognized institutes, we are not insisting any security up to 20 lakhs. This is to attract the talent, those who are pursuing their education in IITs and IIMs. Same thing. And Canara Bank is monitoring these subsidy schemes also. The one is the CSIS, Central Interest Subsidy Scheme for on education loans, that is CSIS. For those students who have availed their education loans on or after 1/4/2009, where the parental income is less than 4.5 lakhs, in those cases, central government is reimbursing the entire interest portion to the funding, that is financing bank. That is the scheme, that central scheme for subsidy for education loans. Then Padho Pradesh. Padho Pradesh is another scheme monitored by Ministry of Minority Affairs. There, those students, minority students, those who are going abroad for their higher studies, in those cases also, where their parental income is less than 6 lakhs, in those cases also, government is reimbursing the entire interest during the study period plus 1 year. That is Padho Pradesh. And another one is Ambedkar Central Sector Interest Subsidy. Here also, this is administered by Social Justice and Empowerment Government of India. Here also, those students who are going abroad for their higher studies, students coming from OBC, other backward classes, and economically backward classes students. For them also, we are extending education loan at competitive rate of interest, and the entire interest is reimbursed by the central organizations, central government. This is about, that's what I told. In case of that is economically weaker section, what is the income ceiling, and other cases, what is the income ceiling for these education loans for reimbursing interest subsidy. That is Ambedkar CSIS. Here the income ceiling is 3 lakhs for other backward classes and 1 lakh for economically backward classes. Then this is Vidya Lakshmi portal. Here, as I mentioned earlier, this IBA has developed this Vidya Lakshmi portal. Here, the students, they can apply for education loan online. They are also trace the status of the application. They can know where this application now there is sanctioned or whether there is processed. If so, what are the documents they require. So likewise, they can track the application. It is an online facility extended. Vidya Lakshmi portal. As I mentioned earlier, to promote education loans, government has also come out with this guarantee schemes for education loans. Now government is providing education, that is a guarantee cover up to 7.5 lakhs. Up to 7.5 lakhs. If the account becomes bad, under such circumstances, government is going to settle 75% of the amount in default. That is same thing. It's up to 7.5 lakhs. That is guarantee cover is available, and rate of interest is base rate plus 2%, and no security up to 4 lakhs, and margin same 5% for inland studies, and for abroad it is 15%. This is in nutshell about the initiatives taken by the Canara Bank in promoting education loans. If you have any clarifications afterwards, I will be interacting with you. Thank you very much.
Sir, Mr. Virupaksha sir, I mean, banks will give loans to people, people take loans. That is a general practice that we have in banking system. How many people so far for education, is there a number that these many lakhs of people have taken loans from you? The repayments structure is like that. Some good experiences that you have. So how many people got jobs after their higher education? Something you have, any numbers that you would like to share with?
It's a very good question. See, earlier I mentioned that what are the facilities available for education loan. Coming to what that he has asked about the settlement after their education is over, how many of them they got employment, and how many of them of their repaying these loans. There are some issues. In the sense, earlier this guarantee cover was not there, and the repayment, if you analyze our loan ticket size, majority of the loans, nearly 80% of these loans what the bank has lent, they are of small size, that is less than 4 lakhs. And the main problem is, once their education is over, many of the students, they are not giving the required information regarding their settlement or their salary, their present address. That's why, in the recent past, especially in small ticket size loans, banks are finding problem in difficulty in recovery of this loan. Coming to our bank, as I mentioned, out of this 6,500 crores of education loans, nearly 80% of the accounts have become NPA. Especially, added to that, in our major education loans are concentrated in mainly in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Kerala, what happened was, our education loan was mainly for this nursing courses. Mainly nursing courses. Those nurses after their training or graduation, those who gone abroad further in search of their employment, many of them were due to these recent developments in UAE and other Gulf countries, many of them have come back. And here in India, they are not earning so much so that they can repay their loans as envisaged by the bank. By taking a view of this, banks, as a banks, since the reasons are genuine, in majority of the cases, we have extended the repayment period and we have extended some repayment holiday so that in between we can, they need not repay the loan till they get the education or till they get the employment. So like this, of late, we are also facing some problem in recovery of these loans. It is in nutshell about the repayment and repayment in education loans.
Any questions you want to ask? Loans are available immediately here. Can anybody ask?
In fact, we have put one stall, so the preferences are also there.
Can somebody give a mic, please, if you don't mind? One to the speaker also.
I have two questions. I was not clear what is this margin about. 5% and 15% is one. Second thing is what's the penalty? Supposing that somebody doesn't pay the loan at all, he dodges you, he doesn't pay. What is the penalty?
I am audible, you know. Sir, regarding, actually, we consider, in education loan, we consider that apart from the tuition fee, we will get books, then other equipments, and their hostel expenses. Totally, we will capitalize. Total entire project is education loan. Out of the total expenses during the 4 years or 5 years, that is the total project cost. Out of the total project, the applicant has to bring in, meet that amount, that 5%. If it is a 5% margin, 95% will be lent by the bank. Whereas the margin is 15%, 85% will be lent by the bank, and the candidate has to bring in required of that 15%. Then regarding the your second question is regarding the repayment. Sir, that's what I told. Earlier, this guarantee coverage was not there. Earlier, guarantee coverage was not there, and no securities were insisted up to 7.5 lakhs. Over and above 7.5 lakhs only, banks are insisting for securities. So, in those cases, we are pursuing method only we have to recover. From now onwards, government is giving guarantee for against these education loans, against those loans. If the account goes bad, due to any genuine reasons or the parties, they are not getting any employment, they are not able to pay their loans. In those cases, out of the outstanding, government will reimburse 75%. So that bank can go ahead with sanctioning such education loans in future also. That is the, this one guarantee available from the government.
So the bad loans repayment is guaranteed by the government. Suppose I'm a customer of your bank, I have taken a loan for education of my kid. So what about if I discourage my child to repay the loan and that becomes a bad loan, maybe refinanced by the government? Do you expect that consequence?
Sir, this is, as I mentioned earlier, this is applicable to small ticket loans, okay, up to 7.5 lakhs only.
Yeah, of course.
More than 7.5 lakhs, we are insisting for collateral securities.
So now what I'm asking for only up to 7.5.
Yeah.
So you need not insist on the person to repay the loan. Okay, despite your persuasion, if you fail to get the repayment of the loan, government is taking care of the refinancing of the loan.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So that, thank you.
Sir, my humble suggestion to the Canara Bank is, under Jnana Sangama initiative, perhaps you can have some kind of an interactions with all the vice chancellors of the universities in Karnataka and have a face-to-face and sign MOUs for facilitating easily your benefits to the students through the universities. I think this is one suggestion I would like to give it here. Our next speaker today is Dr. Nations, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, Coimbatore. I request all of you to give a round of applause for Virupaksha, Canara Bank.
Good morning, everybody. You all aware that Tamil Nadu Agriculture University is one of the leading agri-technology provider to the country. See, one second, please. And our university started somewhere in 1971, even though our genesis is in 1868 onward from Madras. Then it moved to the Coimbatore in 1658. And then the first college was started at Coimbatore in 1906. So with this experience, we always put a lot of initiative or innovative things in the teaching. The e-learning concept was introduced long back, somewhere around in 1990s, at least late 1990s, by training our teachers. Actually, we built the infrastructure and get ready for e-education somewhere around 2003 onwards. We are full-fledged e-education system from 2003 onwards. Then we slowly moved. The next step is go for the online examination. We thought, why not we go for, instead of just classroom alone, why not you introduce such technologies in the examination also? So we introduced the online examination in 2007-8 batch, starting from Coimbatore initially, and then we spread out to the 11 campuses. And this was done by totally by in-house, the staffs available from our TNU Agriculture University alone. And I have to thank the banks, including Canara Bank and the laptop manufacturers who have offered a special price and special interest for our loans for the students to obtain or to purchase laptops. It was a grand success initially, and I am happy to say that almost all the students cleared their dues in time. There is no pending in case of laptop loan alone from TNU students. This system was working very well for 4 years, and there were some problems here and there comes up because of the broadband requirement, and also we got a lot of private colleges. We have more affiliated private colleges in South than any other southern states. We have nearly 19 affiliated colleges with TNAU. So we have some problem, and also some teacher felt straight away going to the laptop is somewhat tedious for the student, even though the student didn't feel like that. But because of the pressure from teachers, senior teachers particularly, we reverted back to paper and then thought what to do next. Then we thought, why not go for, the only, the objection from the teacher is, writing is the most important. Through hand he has to write instead of keying the data. So we thought what to do with that, and then we got a collaborator, a private firm, a little more India. We developed some initial prototypes, and then we conducted several mock tests with our students. Then we introduced that next stage, that is paperless exam 1. So this is our status about this laptop mode examination. From 2007 to 2012, we conducted in all that, initially in all 12 campuses, then we extend to the private colleges also, the affiliated colleges. Across the country, it's a true online through VPN. The exam will start simultaneously in all the campus and end at the same time. And I conducted nearly 1,17,000 examination in 2012 alone. Then we moved to this is one of the exam halls in the TNA Coimbatore campus where the laptop is used for writing examination. And then come the digital wonder, that is paperless exam. This is the first time in the entire country we are using this technology, entire world to use this technology, to use a pad which is of 10.1 inch and has a redundancy in storage, right? Writing on this pad will be like writing on the paper because we created a texture in the glass so that when you write with the EM stylus, which is a batteryless stylus, it feels like writing on the paper. The lag between the stroke and the line is very negligible, nearly in microseconds only, so the student can feel as if writing on the paper. And this environment is very secure and highly controlled. It reduces a lot of exam-based problems like paper leakage of paper and malpractice in the exam hall are reduced because of this system. We initiated this one in TNU since October 2013, starting with the midterm, and then we finished with the end term. Then we extended to all the affiliated campus alone. From 2014 onwards, the exams are conducted only for the affiliated college, not for the constituent colleges. Okay, the advantage of this one is the scheduling, the question paper authoring are very easier, and everything is stored in our server in EP Cloud. It also supports offline process. See, actually, basically, it consists of two instruments in the exam hall. One is the EP writer, and the other one is the proctor. The proctor will monitor just like invigilator. The proctor will monitor nearly 30 numbers of EP, starting from the start of exam to the end of exam, what the student is doing during the process, right? And then evaluation, it's also online. The teacher can come to the center and then value the paper on the EP pad, that is the exam pad, just like correcting on the papers. Otherwise, if he wants, he can download or be online using the password. He can download the paper, correct in his laptop or desktop using his mouse or trackpad. He can write whatever comment you want, whatever signs you want to make. Just like your school papers, it will be corrected with all the comments, necessary comments for the student to learn. Normally, in paper-based examination, we advise evaluators not to write any comments on that, because in case if it is required for reevaluation or something, we don't want to be influenced by the comment. Whereas here, the teacher can feel free to write comments. So this is another advantage. And this is the basic ecosystem of the exam pad ecosystem. See, the paper, the authoring of question paper, the distribution, everything under the control of the controller of exam office. It will be run by a very small group of staff. Instead of, for example, normally in the paper-based examinations, we need a large number of staff. Here it's only a very limited number of staff is required for conducting this type of examination. From cloud, it goes to the proctor, and from proctor, it goes to the EP writer to secured wireless mode. This is in the examination hall, how it is there. From proctor, it goes to the EP writer. See, you need internet only at two times, before the exam and after the exam. In between exam, you don't require, because the question paper already downloaded to the proctor. From proctor, it goes to the EP writer. And this is the total process, how this digital exam is delivered. Starting from pre-exam, where the exam schedule is designed and question paper authoring is done, then student information along with its biometric data are fed into the server. Then it goes to the eDoc generator, which is in the server. From there, it goes to the proctor. From proctor to the EP writer. Once the exam is over, again from EP writer to proctor, from proctor to answer document processing unit, which is also a server, cloud-based server. From there, whoever teacher we have permitted to evaluate, those will be permitted to go for a evaluation. This EP, these answers through online evaluation. Once they have done the evaluation, the mark will be downloaded to the exam management system. From there, it goes to the student as a class grade chart. When the student sees the class grade chart, the exam paper also open for him. Each individual student can view his corrected paper. Either teacher or parent also can see the paper. So whatever the student feels after seeing the paper, he can write to us. If you see any discrepancy in the evaluation, he can very well write to us. Then we will send the mail to the teacher or the if required, we will give the paper again for the second evaluation to somebody else. So this total re-evaluation process has been removed from this one, because it requires nearly 15 to 20 days. Now, sometimes it's 1 month for re-evaluation. Now this time is entirely cut, Because as soon as the student see the paper, if he feels it's okay, no problem. Otherwise, he can write to the controller of examination. The comments will be passed to the first evaluator, and then the paper will be given to the another evaluator who can go through that one and evaluate him again. See, this is about the authoring of question papers. It is a very simple one. Either the teacher himself can do it directly, or once we get the paper from external teacher, we will add the questions. Any type of questions can be put into this system. So this is the delivery process. So the scheduled question paper available is only for a particular student and for a particular exam. So the student matrix can be very well worked out. So there won't be any error in that one. And the encrypted question paper also ensures utmost secrecy. It will be released only at the time of examination. There is no one carrying the question paper from one place to another place. Everything done at fixed time by software automatically. There is no manual interference between these two. So the leaking of question paper in between is prevented or avoided. Likewise, once the student completes the examination, the answer is encrypted and then sent back to the server. And there will be a checking whether the answer is tampered or not. And if it is found thing, means it will immediately inform the student as well as the exam supervisor in the hall if any malfunction. And remember, this EP writer has a camera and a recorder also. If there is anything goes wrong, means it will record all these things. Any teacher helping the student by saying the answer, any invigilator helping the student also can be monitored by this one. And it has a fingerprint sensor. So this biometric observation makes absolutely clear that no forgery or no impersonation takes place here. It also has a photo ID. So when a student passes through this, swipe the finger, immediately his photo will appear on the screen. So the invigilator can see that one in case if you have any doubt. See, this is the fingerprint sweeper. And this is some of the examples or examples where this example writer is the used one. Some of the benefits like online evaluation is possible here. The correction is similar. If you are using the exam pad, the correction is similar like writing on the paper. But in case of laptop or desktop, there is some difficulty expressed by the teacher. So here you have to master the movements using the mouse or the trackpad. There will be a built-in alert, so that the window will be open for a particular teacher for evaluation for 10 to 15 days only. After that, there will be a reminder. Not only that, during the evaluation also, if a teacher omit one question, means there will be an alert. And it also monitor the teacher evaluation. For example, if it takes 30 minutes for first question and 20 minutes for second question and for the second question paper, or at the end if he goes in 1 minute, if he corrects one paper, means that will intimate the controller of examination or whoever supervising that one, that this gentleman is just simply putting the mark, not evaluating things. Then it will be automatically, we will send a warning to him and then we transfer the paper to another teacher. This the online student view is a very important one because it creates a highly transparent examination. Normally in paper-based means whenever there is a doubt, means he has to apply for, he has to request us and then we have to process it. Then you get the paper and give it to him. And then you will claim that the mark is low, so you go for evaluation and things. These things are avoided here. Directly after the correction and when the mark is out, means the paper is also out. The student can view it. The student, the teacher and his parent, whoever interested can see the paper. So the time taken for the reevaluation and re-evaluation, all these things have been simplified and reduced. So we have conducted the pilot in November 2012, and then the student opinion is around 4.15 out of 5. Then we did the real midterm drive starting from 2013, and we involved some around 102 students from Coimbatore, and we have some 9 evaluators to correct the papers, and the evaluated paper were given to the student. They were quite happy, and the result published in a short time. Then we gone for the other campuses also. We extended to the initially for 12 campus, now currently for 17 campus we are doing it. See, the training it requires only 1 week. Actually, 1 day is more than sufficient. Since the students coming immediately after joining the professional course, we are introducing this one. So to avoid shock, we are giving 1 week time. During the time, he can come. First, initially there will be a class, how to handle the equipment and other things. Later, anytime he can come and practice on these things. Whatever he want to do, he can do it. Just to feel home. And then when he is satisfied, we will go for the examination. Even during the examination, if a student want to get training, means he can come earlier and do whatever you like on that one. Till that appointed time, the paper will not be open. So till that, he can practice whatever he want to do. So these are some of the statistics we have conducted using this exam pad. And what are the improvement over the regular exam is, see, in the question paper thing, the authoring team can create question with the help of small group instead of larger one. And the creation also handle, again this is only a short group, small group of staff will do. Then questions can be automatically, randomizing, all these things can be done automatically. There is no need of worrying about people giving signals. One means A, two means B, something like that. That kind of things cannot be done in this type of examination. So the improvement is team, that is labor is reduced, and the finalization, that is the validation, everything can be done in a shorter time, and no need to set up multiple question paper. The other thing is printing and distribution. See, the printing is a big problem because when you do printing means there is a possibility of leakage. This is avoided. And distribution, again transfer from one place to another place. Overnight journey is there. Even though we put all these things, but still these kind of things will be eliminated if you go for this type of examination. Scheduling is automatic. So the time taken for scheduling and other things will be reduced. Then again this admit card generation, I'm sorry. Well, admit card generation and printing distribution is minimized because it is not required in case of EP pad because every biometric data is available in the writer itself. So he can go and sit any place. There is no need of row, pasting numbers, allotment of randomness, everything, nothing is required because he can take any EP writer and go and sit as and where he pleased to sit down. So no problem here. Likewise, this distribution, additional sheets, all this thing is eliminated here because any number of pages he can write in this one. Then attendance record is also not needed. You did not take this one because it will be automatically generated because whenever he sweep the finger, his presence will be noted. Likewise, after exam, that is after writing the exam, there is a long process is there, which is a highly problematic process also, the security based. So these things can be avoided. As soon as you submit, it goes to the proctor. At the end of the examination, from proctor it goes to the server. Once for all the examination is over. There is no need of coding, no need of counting, no need of checking whether the additional seats are signed or not. All these things can be eliminated. So again, evaluation. This will become more simple because it goes to either the teacher come to the hall, evaluation hall where the EP pad is provided. Straight away he can correct on this thing, or if you want to do it at home, EP pad will not be provided. He can download it from the server, do the correction, and upload it. Right? So there is no, the teacher, the evaluator is fully liberated. He need not come to the hall also. The only thing, and he is assisted also. There is no need of totaling because the machine will do it, and he can write freely whatever the comments you want to do. That's another thing. Above all, missing of question because student always jump from one question to another question, from one group to another group. There is always a problem in valuation and entering the mark. These things can be totally avoided here. Even if the teacher by mistake omits one question means there will be a warning. So all these things can be avoided by going for this paperless exam. Then again, this I already mentioned about this answer book view and re-evaluation. This is very simple process here. Whereas in paper-based one, it is a very long drawn process. And once the data is approved, means that is scorecard, a class grade chart is approved, means automatically it goes to the report card. So the preparation of the time required for preparation of class report card from the class grade chart is very short and simple. And then storage of these answer sheets is very simple here. Earlier, if it is paper, means we have to take lot of interest. I mean, we have to put it in a pest-free, rat-free, and moist-free environment. We have to store it for depending on the program, from 6 months to 3 years. So such things can be eliminated here because it is securely, safely stored in the server. And this is a summary of the savings. What you see, actually I put a very conservative effort because 300 man, totally 660 man hours. In reality, it is more because we are running parallelly another system also, paper-based system also doing that. So we have not put the actual thing. That savings are still more.
Sir, we have a couple of questions, sir.
Sure.
If you are okay.
Sure.
And, what is the status of the project, sir?
Yeah, it's going. It is accepted by our student. It is going on. We are going to extend it to the constituent college also. Now currently 17. From this year, it is going to be 19 colleges. Later, I think from 2018, 19 batch onwards, it's going to the constituent also. After that, we will consider whether it can be extended to the PG program or not. See, the main constraint is the equipment. We have some problem with that supply. Once that is streamlined, it can be, it can be extended to the other campus also.
What is the budget of the program, sir, total project?
See, for the laptop one, we didn't, university didn't invest much because
Amma is there, no, sir. She is giving all laptops.
Yeah, see. That's only for laptop based one. Even then, our banks are very helpful. So they are given sufficient loan for the student to buy the laptop and other things. But for this one, initially we are using the service-based one. The company with whom we are collaborating will be bringing the instrument to the respective campus. We will be only monitoring this question paper, evaluation and other things. So in service-based only, they will go to the college during the examination time. They conduct the examination, they sit there and then watch the instrument, conduct the examination, come back. And we have also suggested them to go for, because simply we cannot ask a student to buy just for writing examination. Approximately it comes around 16 to 20,000 rupees. And for writing examination we cannot ask them. So we have asked them to go for another version where you can go for teaching as well as, learning as well as writing examination. The problem with this, you need two processor, two controller, because the one objection for the laptop is, there is a possibility of malpractice. Actually, it doesn't happen because initially we don't have that lockdown operation, but later we have that lockdown option. But people didn't believe it because some of the students are so nice and they learn all the tricks or the useful, tools available in the internet. But their excellent execution sometimes make the teacher to suspect. The perfection he used make the teacher feel the teacher will feel something happened, that fellow is cutting something and putting, because I have seen, there was a complaint in the second year when you are using the laptop. We told them it is not possible because we are using VPN thing and it is not possible there, internet and other things. The teacher is not convinced. He went to the vice chancellor also. Then he asked me, why you go and look on this one. See, we discreetly monitored that fellow with the video camera, and you will be surprised to know he belongs to a rural background student. He come from a poor background. That laptop is his only instrument or only entertainment. So whatever tools available, he used that, he learned and mastered it better than the teachers. So whenever he writes the examination, that fellow make a template. In template, he is typing all these things. Just it appear like a book. And that particular exam is in a economics one. There data is given and then he is writing that you incorporate data and put a graph. Now the problem is, if there will be some 5 line and then there will be an image that is graph, and then again 10 lines will be there. If that comes, means the teacher will accept it. But if it comes on the wraparound model, that is in between the words there, if the graph is there, means they think, because it's happened only in the book. They have seen, the teachers have seen these things only in the book. In the book there will be one corner, the graph will be there. Surrounding it there will be letters. So if it is, means this is not possible for a student. So they think it is cut and paste technology. We are not able to convince the people. This is not cut and paste technology. This is a expertise developed by the student. Not all the students, few students. But that's the problem. So such things is the reason for the failure of the laptop examination. But with this one, because he is just writing, instead of pen, he is using a stylus, that's all, batteryless stylus. And whatever you can do with pen on paper, you can do the things. You can do better than that, because of the screen, the clarity of handwriting is improved. And the drawings, and there is a color is provided, coloring option is provided. The coloring option is very important one. We restricted to 4 or 5 colors only, because if you give more color, he will be carried out, and then you start coloring everything, and time will not be sufficient for writing the examination. Therefore, we restrict to the color. He gives us excellent diagrams. The representative illustration is very, very good in the exam pad mode. And another thing is clean environment. See, in the paper, if you start with a question and if you find it wrong, you are scratching it, then the impression with the teacher is that fellow is not good. Whereas such kind of things, there is no what you call scratching, no slashing, or the entire paper is clean. That itself gives an impression for the teacher. So all these things help the student to score, score more mark. And another thing of the transparency, highly transparent for the student, because we don't know how much mark he got, or what question. He got 0, what he got maximum mark, something like that. These things can be avoided by using this example. Another thing, comments, the teacher, those who evaluate, they say, if you have included this point, you got a maximum mark, something like that. So these are the advantages with this exam pad mechanisms.
Give them a big round of applause to the control examination. Sir, it's a good project.
Thank you very much.
Benefits to students, benefits to faculty, benefits to evaluators, and benefits to your organization. Of course, these days, people are hacking banks only directly.
See, there is always weak point. And we have
what happens if tomorrow I hack your server, change all the answers according to my taste?
And see, the redundancy is there. You cannot simply hack on one thing. We have redundancy. Even in the EP writer, there are 4 places where it is stored. So even one means the other thing, all are independent. So the possibility of hacking or possibility of damaging the things is remote. And remember, who is bothered about examination? If you hack the Reserve Bank, he will gain something. So why waste so much energy in things which are unproductive for the hackers?
Yeah, please, question, please, sir.
Yes. Sir, it can withstand, the battery power is 12 hours with the full, 15 hours for full things under optimum condition. Under the hard load, it is 12 hours. So 3 to 4 exams we can continuously write. Even internet is not required continuously, only at a 2 time. 2 MB is more than sufficient.
Sir, Tamil Nadu, no problems, sir. Everything is free. You don't worry. Even answer sheets also will come very soon free.
Provided.
So, just a moment, sir.
Please.
Dr. Yelavago, one question. Can a student who's doing the exams, can they skip the questions? For example, they appeared the second question, then they can go back to maybe the 12th and revisit.
Yes, anything is possible. That is not possible with the laptop.
Yes, that's why.
Now with this exam pen mechanism, he can go anywhere, anytime. There's no problem, absolutely no problem.
And what about correction? For example, they wrote an answer, they feel they want to delete it and rewrite it. Is it possible?
Yes, whatever he writes, it will be rearranged in the way the question is answered. Asked.
Asked. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Sir, any more questions we can have directly with him during the breaks. Now I give a big round of applause to the our panel speaker here. And may I request Mr. Ameya Dongre, Project Lead, Orion India Systems, kindly join on the dais and part of this session. Give them a round of applause. And I also request Professor Jayadev GAG, Advisor, KL University from Andhra Pradesh. So kindly join on the dais, sir. Please make yourself comfortable. And our next speaker is Mr. M. Soundarkumar, Director, CDOT Bangalore. So kindly give a presentation, sir.
I am Soundarkumar from CDOT. Most of you may be knowing about CDOT, Center for Development of Telematics. This was the company established in 1984. And today we are talking about Digital India. We have started this journey in 1984 itself, 30 years before. And we have established a very good infrastructure, and 2/3 of the equipment in India, it is serviced and still working in the field successfully. And our major customer is BSNL and erstwhile DOT. And today, in this topic, I would like to have a few thoughts about what is the concerns about this higher education versus ICT, and what is the role of ICT in education, and what is the future trend in ICT and impact on education due to trends, and our CDOT experience with ICT. If time permits, I would like to give an overview of the products in CDOT products. So first of all, ICT, what we require, is it necessary in our life or is it not required? So this ICT is always required. That is, everybody, globalization of economy, information, technology innovations, knowledge-based economy, everything is requiring ICT today. And it should be available for all, and it should be available anytime, and it should be available anywhere. So that is the ICT basic necessity. And coming to this, first of all, introduction. In the introduction, we would like to see that most of the informations are observed by the students or anybody. That is 87% of the people get this information, and through 9% by ears and 4% via other medias. And what I would like to say is ICT is playing a major role in this. See, in ICT, what is the fundamental thing? The growing need to explore efficiencies in terms of program delivery, the opportunity for flexibilities, and the capacity of technology to provide the support for customized educational programs. Whatever we are talking about, everything is done in-house. Suppose if this has to be transported, and basic infrastructure, that is a broadband, or whatever we are having the data, whether it is transported, do we have the necessary infrastructure? Is it continuously available to everybody for usage? That is the biggest challenge today. Factors impacting this ICT in education. First of all, these are all the common factors faced by many of us. That is, lack of funding to purchase the infrastructure or the technology. That is, most of the institutes, very few institutes are having the facility to buy, but most of the institutes are having a lack of fund. Second one is lack of training among the established teaching practitioners. That is, do we get the teachers or do we get the experts? And all these lectures, all this knowledge transfer, is it happening in all over India or in the rural community? That is the biggest challenge. And lack of motivation and need among teachers to adopt ITC as a teaching tool. This is the reality. Many of the people hesitate to come forward because their lack of knowledge in usage, as well as they have some fear factor also in this. The comparing online education, whatever we have talked about, it is really amazing. Yes, we are going towards the online education, online examination, and everything is acceptable, provided the security factors and the data transfer as well as the malpractices are curbed, and if it is taken care, it will be very well accepted in the industry. And second thing is the convention of online education overcome the lack of teachers' accessibility. That is, most of the places we don't have the proper lecturers and knowledgeable people to take the lectures and do the knowledge transfer. So this type of problems can be taken care through this online education. And the learners in many classes preferred the conventional process. Some of the people may be interested only in face-to-face interactions, but most of the time nowadays it is through webinar or through online education. This educational system is changing in a faster manner. The main objective of this to extend whichever students and teachers are favorable, otherwise disposed towards ICT. The difference, if anything, between arts, science and engineering students, most of the people, they require this ICT irrespective of their trades. And student opinion on online education to the traditional things are always changing nowadays. And most of the people would like to go for the online education for a faster manner because it is faster and secured and it is acceptable and it is transported also easily in a faster manner. And the results also can be published online if possible, or if it is ready, it can be published also. Yeah. See, modernized classrooms, the instructions and the students' learning process, we use multimedia, digital, photography, DVD, CD-ROMs, and so on and so forth, and even internet in sometimes. And teacher in charge of the audio-video laboratories train the students in such a way that students can be comfortable in using these ICTs. And web browsing is made available for all the students, most of the colleges, and it is a very good tool. People, whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, wherever they wanted, they can get the information and get benefited out of this. The statistics, basically you can see that web browsing is basically 90% in engineering, 80% in science, and around 88% in arts scenario. That is, most of the people are going through web browsing and getting the information and getting the whatever education they wanted. Yeah. So this is the comparative statement, that is between teaching and learning. So you can see that one in the next graph. Yeah. You can see that 68% of the people, that is, they are from the arts, and around 54 from science and 60%. These are all the various sectors or the places where they are getting into this web browsing and getting the informations, whatever they wanted. See, the curricular strategy is computer literacy is required module for every student, and most of the programs are offered in various colleges in built-in ICT modules, either acquiring computer knowledge through or applying it for the specific purposes. So, curricular versus traditional strategies. Facilities offered for web browsing and at least 1 hour for a week for every student, email submissions, assignment submissions through email, and in the classrooms you can use this LCD, PPT, and e-library. This is very, very important for the students. If this type of facilities are available, people will be comfortable in going through their programs. So adoption of ICT in education, and it is a trend, we have to do that. And conventional teaching has emphasized content for many years, of course. We have been writing around the books or reading around the books only, but teachers have taught through lectures and presentations and multimedia presentations also. So far we have seen the dilemmas about ICT, myths, pressures, but actual reality is, first of all, you have to analyze the educational objectives, determine the objective of ICT, and understand the potential of ICT, plan program and investment accordingly, implement the prerequisites, and evaluate and adjust continuously. See, so far I would like to conclude, ICT is the most valuable tool to overcome the problems of literacy. This is an explanation of information, and it is beyond our boundary places. And human layer of earth is now becoming a vast downloadable, searchable, writable surfaces. With new mobile usability and capabilities, physical world is moving into the digital space. The teachers and the institutions has to rise up to the occasion and change the face of day. And advanced community, most of us, we are connected with telephones, cellular, as well as the PCs. And this is the ICT learning objectives. That is, the challenges are in the storage, in exploration, application, analysis, evaluation, and constructing of design projects. So these are all the learning objectives. If you see the technology-wise, this is about text, audio, video, computer, and the internet. So it is the between ICT and what is the purpose it is used. You can see that curve, that is learning objective as well as the learning role. It is exponentially, or in a professional manner, it is increasing. That is from passive to active, as well as all the applications like constructing, designing, evaluation, and analysis. So the teacher's role should be teaching objective, and the teacher's role provide the facilities and the facilitator for the students. So in the higher education, what are all the ICT concerns? What is the educational institute concerns? First of all, let us go to this ICT concerns. First of all, computing, storage, networking, bandwidth, data, backup, security, context, and search, finally, CapEx and OpEx. Whereas educational institutes, the education concerns are student, teacher, institute, and examiner. Body of knowledge, library, web books, paper, resources, study, learning, and coaching, evaluating this, certification. Finally, after doing everything, whether the students will be placed in a proper place or not, whether that is the biggest question mark as on today. The expectations from educational institutes, increased ICT usage, that is student-centered learning, and professional growth, education for everyone, anywhere learning, anytime learning, and not only that, you have to keep on learning till you are there in this earth. If you don't learn, you will be outdated, so there is no life for this education. And increased relevance of learning with use to the society and the society and the students. And what cost? All these educations are available. What cost to the student? Is that student from rural community able to cope up, able to pay the fees, or say people like rich people, they are going to the IIT coaching centers and other places, whereas the rural community people, where do they go? Is it really affordable? But through this type of e-learning, we can bring the experts to the villages, and the talented people, no doubt that the talented people are also available from rural areas. The one good example I can tell, that my senior, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, we are from MIT, Madras. At that time, I can tell you that students coming to that institute are really poor, but that institute really lifted up the rural community as well as the knowledgeable people from that institute. And Dr. Kalam is one of the reasons, but you can see that you may be knowing about the background about Dr. Kalam. And the next thing is the ease of use, flexibility, and must be aid in policy making. This is government has to play a major role in, first of all, in the cost, reduction in the cost, and the infrastructure available to the institutes, and as well as it is affordable cost to the students also. Expectations from ICT, educational institutes and concerns, students' information systems, examination systems, alumni information systems, placement information, so on and so forth. See, basically everything is available online. That is, web portal management is taking care of those things, and seminars and conference management also. Whereas, what is the student concern? Academic requirement fulfillment, learning, finally, it should be placed in a good company. Societies, what is their concern? Economic growth and employment ratio improvement, cost-effective education and systems, and meet the needs of the society. Ultimately, he should be a good citizen also. What is the status of India, that is ICT? You can see that we were talking about power. So it is not available, Amma power is not available, always free. Here, many challenges are there as far as ICT is concerned, as far as telecom is concerned. We don't have the power in the rural areas to power up the equipments. And we don't have the connectivity also. So what we have designed use the solar power, and then so that the alternative power for that, the equipment power is coming from the main source. If it is failing, then it is through the other resources like solar power. And you can see that one person is peddling. This is my experience also. In 1989, we were doing exactly the same thing in Mysore when we were doing this field trial in Chamundi Ishwari temple nearby that. We were doing this one only, peddling this and then creating a power, charging it from the battery, and then powering the equipments. So this is a practical situation in India, but now the trend is increasing. The next concern is the connectivity, the infrastructure. So CDOT has taken up the prestigious project, that is National Optical Fiber Network, in which 6 lakh villages will be connected through this broadband connectivity through BharatNet. So this I would like to skip. You may be knowing the telecom trends. Now it is booming up. There is no doubt about it. But the major concern is the connectivity, transportation, whether do we have that much broadband data to transfer from one place to another, and every services should be taken care. It requires really digital India. That is what, as I told you, already we have started in 1984. We are continuing, and we would like to tell you that we are the only organization in India. We have designed, indigenously developed all the products, and we are servicing the country also for more than the life of these products. And yeah. as I told you, the entire country will be connected through this national optical fiber network so that our broadband problems will be taken care of. So this is the trend that is a reality in India. This many panchayats, this many villages are there. If you see here, 6 lakh villages to be connected. Unless otherwise you connect the villages to the urban, then whatever we are talking about ICT will not be a real thing or implementation in India. So just I wanted to summarize this. Ultimately, we are talking about the modern technologies, IoT, IoE, that is Internet of Things and Internet of Everything. So everybody is planning or moving towards 5G. So we are also geared up, CDOT, we are doing this project also 5G. So that is the latest trend wherein all this requirement, all the sensors and other things from IoT and IoE, M2M communication, it requires a wide broadband or broadband is required. That could be, the traffic could be taken care through this 5G technologies only. Apart from this, the connectivity, we have to concentrate on the green communication, that is alternative solar power, we may have to think of it, and cloud computing. This is another important thing we have to think of. This cloud computing, basically, previously we were having all the traditional way of connecting things. Now it is going to be a cloud through which all the devices will be connected, the services will be ensured. And impact of ICT in education, mainly massive online courses should be conducted, and many people will be basically getting the advantage of this ICT as well as the experts from various teachers or professors. And digital divide should be taken care. Basically, the poor student will not be curtailed from availing these facilities, and it should be reaching everywhere, everybody, anytime and every time. And the final thing is open source. Just I wanted to tell you this is very, very important thing. We should develop or utilize the open sources. You have to encourage all the students to go for the open sources, encourage them to develop programs. At least 80% of your requirements can be done through open sources. Of course, the customization will follow. That is 20% remaining. Okay. And CDOT experience with ICT is, as I told you, we have established a good infrastructure. We are continuing in the same manner. At the same time, we encourage this academic people also to come along with us and then try to get in touch with the CDOT for any development programs. And we encourage the students to do the research-oriented activities also in CDOT. And of course, our ultimate aim is we have to develop a good infrastructure, good ICT, as well as good society and the knowledgeable people. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Sir, any questions, kindly raise your hand. We'll take 1 or 2 questions. Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
With how many universities you are working currently?
See, around 7 to 8 IITs, IIScs we are interfacing. And apart from that, the engineering students who are coming to CDOT for doing any projects or internships, we always encourage. In a year, at least I can tell you that around 50 to 60 students we encourage every year.
I think, sir, we have so many universities in Karnataka.
Yeah, whoever approached, we never denied, but whoever is approaching, I do. See, being a head of the organization, I can assure you that you can approach us, and then we will be in a position to definitely help. That's not an issue. And we have a lot of programs, government-sponsored programs also there, and whoever is interested, they can come and then approach us. We will do that.
Thank you, sir. A round of applause to the
Thank you.
Sound Kumar. Now I request Mr. Ameya Dongre, Project Lead, Orion India Systems, to come and give a presentation. Sir, 10 minutes.
Good morning, everyone, on the dais and off the dais. Yesterday, I was watching a movie. I came across an interesting quote it said justice delayed is justice denied. Now I can use very well the same principle and I can say university results delayed is future of the students denied. Now why are results, rather timely results, that important in case of student? You see, in most cases what happens, by the time the results are declared, the job intakes of most of the big companies for that calendar year is already freezed. Or if the student wishes to apply for higher education, even that is already freezed. So student is left with either joining some mediocre organization for less salary, or probably wait another year, or probably join certain university which he was never interested in, join a course which he was never interested in. So basically we are actually jeopardizing the career of that particular student because of one lag in process. In this particular 21st century, if we are actually jeopardizing our future, we are not doing justice in any way. So why are result publication taking so long? In case of schools, in case of universities. You see, there are basically two big problems when it comes to result publication. First problem is consolidating all the answer scripts which are distributed over certain locations, bringing back to one center. This is one big problem. Another problem is manually entering the data, rather the marks and the credentials of the students into the system. Now, I'm not talking about 1,000, 2,000 scripts. I'm talking about probably 2 million scripts, 2 million answer scripts spread across India, pan-India. So it may take weeks, it may take months. Entire thing fizzles out by the time the results are published. So what is the solution? Can't we capture the marks at the time of evaluation itself? We don't need to consolidate all those answer scripts, and we don't need that particular manpower and time to enter all those marks into the system. So what I'm actually proposing is capturing the marks on the fly at the time of evaluation itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually present you Orion LICR solutions which captures the marks at the time of evaluation itself. So what I actually mean is, once you capture the marks at the time of evaluation, you will be able to publish the result the very next moment. Yes, the entire activity of certain months is brought down to minutes. Moment the marks are captured onto your cloud, you will be able to publish the result the very next moment. Let me run through this particular process. So what we are actually doing is, at the examination center, we are customizing a certain top sheet. We call that LICR top sheet. That top sheet has all the credentials of that student for that subject. We are stitching that particular top sheet to the answer script. So at the examination center, student receives his particular answer booklet. Am I clear with it? Okay. The thing is, student will take his particular answer booklet and write the exam as he normally writes in the answer booklet. So this is the particular answer top sheet I am talking about. This particular answer top sheet is attached, it's stitched to the answer booklet, which will have the credentials of the student. You will notice there is a candidate detail slip at the bottom. So the student will know, okay, I am supposed to write in this particular answer sheet for that particular subject itself. The student will very well identify his photograph, his credentials, his signature, and he will be writing on that particular answer booklet. Once he's done with that particular activity, at the examination center itself, the supervising examiner will actually tear off that particular answer slip. Why? Because once these answer booklets are transported to the evaluation center, the evaluator will not know whose answer booklet or rather whose answer sheet he is evaluating. So we are actually achieving student ID masking. At the evaluation center, the evaluators will be provided with Orion tablet and Orion pen. So these answer scripts will be transported to at the evaluation center. So all the evaluator needs to do is, he will validate that particular answer booklet, and once he's doing validation, he will use that Aura and LICR pen, and he will transcribe the marks on that particular top sheet, which we customize for that particular student, for that particular subject. He will transcribe the marks one by one, and he will validate it. As you can notice, the person is actually transcribing the marks, he's validating that particular part, and on the next button, all the marks are captured on the cloud at the server, and they are at your disposal for the result publication the very next moment. Basic question would be, why are you using pen and paper? Why not go with some gadgets, some gizmos? You see, technology is for the users. Users are not for the technology. Now, these evaluators are used to do certain activities, certain tasks. We are not actually asking them to change overnight and adopt certain gizmos and gadgets and technology. All they are doing is they are just writing with certain pen on certain paper, validating, and bam, the next moment marks are captured on the cloud at your disposal. So you are actually cutting down the entire time of weeks, of months, to probably seconds. Now, the benefits of using LICR are, marks are captured on the fly. As I told you, the top sheet is customized for that student. So the marks captured for that student will go against only his name. Candidates' attendance is captured. Now, this particular solution have certain flavors. It's absolutely customizable as per the needs. Comprehensive student ID masking. As I told you, at the evaluation center, evaluator will not know whose particular answer script he is evaluating. Then rubrics application. See, one of the main problem in capturing marks, or one of the main problem in evaluation, is awarding proper marks. So what happens is, suppose question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3, you have to award only 1 marks. You have to take best of the 3. So this will be done by the system itself. The system will itself, it's actually customized in that form that for that particular subject, it will do the totaling by itself. The evaluator doesn't need to total. No scanning of those answer scripts is required. You don't need to transport those answer scripts into some particular location. No manual work of entering all those marks on the server, on the cloud. You just, see, all the evaluator does is, he just transcribes the marks, and marks are captured, along with the totaling, proper totaling for that particular subject, which actually saves time and money, and also improves the prestige of those particular universities. Yes, there are certain salient features. We are able to capture the date and time. We are also able to, so there is no learning curve involved. That's what I was telling earlier. The evaluators are doing certain things. We are not changing the way they are doing. We have just implemented, we have just introduced one little flavor, and marks are captured on the fly. The evaluators don't need to do anything special for this. Minimal learning curve is there. There is no major investment, as you can see. See, we had our eras of innovation. For example, internet, which actually revolutionized the world. Then we had smartphones. The next big thing is IoT, that is Internet of Things, which actually implies that every small object, day-to-day object, which is able to receive and send the data, should be used for our benefit. And there are certain big companies who are actually pondering on how to implement this particular concept, but we at Oran Systems India Private Limited, we have actually implemented using a certain pen, certain tablet, and certain paper. We have won the national award for most innovative product in testing and assessment category held at the E-Summit Kovalam in Kerala in 2014 also. And yes, the main question, have you implemented it anywhere in India? Yes, sir, we have implemented this very technology for this very year at the CISCI, that is the ICSC and ISC. We have done it pan-India, we have done it for pan-India. We have actually implemented this very technology for the CISCI board. Over 3 lakh students, over 3 lakhs, over 3 lakh students, almost up to 4 lakh students data was captured all across India. There were 22 lakhs answer scripts which we were able to capture. What I'll do is, I'll now play a small video which actually will give you a brief idea of where this particular solution can be used and utilized. Just a moment. Okay, by the time we are playing the video, can I have any more questions? Yes, sir.
Now what happens is, when you're evaluating an answer script, sometimes by your own mistake, some marks will be, maximum marks will be for that particular question.
Precisely.
Yeah, and now I mark something. I understand that I made a mistake. I have to correct it.
Yes. The questions are actually asked was, suppose an examiner awards more marks than he was supposed to award. For example, for question number 1, you had maximum marks of 10 and the evaluator awarded 12. The system will very well validate and notify the examiner, and system will not let those particular marks to be submitted. That was the first question. Yeah. The second question was, suppose the examiner feels by the end of the day or entire evaluation cycle that maybe I could have changed certain marks. So you can do that over and over again for n number of times. We will be keeping all the audit trails of your changes, so that is not an issue. Any more questions?
Sir, how many clients you have in Karnataka, sir?
For now, we have implemented this for the second largest board in India, that is the CISCI. We are in talks with certain universities on pretty advanced stage, and I think we will be doing pretty good job in coming years, probably months.
Very good. Lot of money. So give them a round of applause to our video. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Srinivas, you can go ahead, please.
Good morning. As it's very difficult to grab the attention of participants after 4 speakers, and I try my best to complete my presentation in 10 minutes. And this is a presentation about the higher education and the best practices of Andhra Pradesh. It's a bifurcated Andhra Pradesh, where there are a lot of constraints are there, but still we are going ahead with a wonderful leadership by Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu. So we had a vision and we had a mission, and the vision is very clear, and we are going in a mission mode, and the mission for driving this education is knowledge mission. So we have objectives like increasing GR. We can compete with the state like Tamil Nadu, which is having a GR of 45 or 44. But we are trying our level best for increasing our GR. And there are much more concepts which you can see in the slide where the mission have a clear objectives. So we had a stronger brainstorming sessions with state knowledge advisory board members from eminent professors and vice chancellors as well as the industrialists all over the country. We clubbed together and formed a consortium called the State Knowledge Advisory Board. And we had a meeting with them for about 20 times, I can say, in the ISB. And we come up with certain two-track approach. The track one comprises of strengthening of existing institutes where it is a main, I can say an important thing where you can develop the existing institutes. The second one is creating the new institutes where if you can see the track one approach, most of the approaches or most of the missions or most of the projects are formulated in the form of entry point projects. It's so called as the EPPs. So most of the universities in our Andhra Pradesh as well as the government as well as the private degree colleges are going ahead with the projects in a stipulated time with a proper mode, I can say. So credits for the research and innovation, mandatory apprenticeship which should be followed in the engineering colleges as well as the polytechnic colleges, and gap year concept which are going to develop in this year, and 7 centers of excellence other than the UGC which is giving, and curriculum upgradation. We are really striving to take a change in the polytechnic syllabus as well as in the degree college syllabus which we are doing in the 2016 and 17, and faculty development programs which are doing with the funds with the RUSA, and training for employability skills where we had a tie-up with the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, which is a master university, I can say deemed university. We had a tie-up with the Tata Institute of Social Sciences to have a parallel degree program along with a normal degree for the rural. So like that, we are having some certain, we have some certain entry point projects and we are going ahead with this entry point project. And Government of India in the second track too, if you can see, it has given some Honorable Prime Minister is sanctioned some of the institutions like IITs, IESAR, NIT, IIIT like that in different corners of our state, and 7 national institutes have been launched in 2015 and 16. So coming to the Commissionerate of Collegiate Education, being a part of higher education, we have certain initiatives which we are strengthening, and these are the initiatives which are called to be the assets for our department. And these initiatives been appreciated by the NACPT members and by the different states, because past 8 months back, I hope, our commissioner from the Karnataka College of Education, they approached us and seen our best practices and they appreciated. So if you can see, 94 out of 146 government colleges have been accredited in the era of 5 years, I can say. And CP status, we got 7 institutes in 7 colleges got CP status in 2016. And autonomous college numbers has been enormously increased, because where there is an autonomy, there is an autonomy for change of the syllabus. So we are insisting the colleges to go for the autonomy. And there is a concept called Centers of Excellence. So why this concept has to be launched? Because after the bifurcation, there is a lag in the institutes, because most of the major institutes have been situated in the Hyderabad. So being a bifurcated state, we need to identify the best institutes in our Andhra Pradesh and we need to groom up those institutes so that some of our lecturers for 6 months, they have visited many colleges of government of Andhra Pradesh, and they have identified some best practices, and we traced out about 25 best practices and formulated a book called as a best practice of Commissioner of College Education, which has been launched by HRD Minister Srimati, our Honorable HRD Minister, and it has been appreciated by the Government of India. And if you can see the evaluation method as well as the monitoring mechanism, we will have a strong monitoring mechanism by using these ICT tools, and we will evaluate the performance of lecturers by using the academic performance indicators and evaluate the performance of a principal by AADPIs. So these two things are the major or critical things where every lecturer has to post their performance into our website, where we can see the performance of a lecturer yearly, and this will be given as a credit during the state teacher awards. So this format has been designed by the UGC, and we modulated that format according to the convenience, and it is divided into 7 criteria. I don't want to go into the deep into that. You can visit our website www.apcc.gov, where everything is available. So the second evaluation method is the monitoring mechanism is for the institutions, how they are performing, what they are performing. So the monitoring for the academics is being done by a special mechanism called to be the academic audit, and recently Government of India appreciated this as a best practice of Andhra Pradesh, as well as this is a combined, during the combined state only these things have been started, but we had a stringent mechanism to strengthen that particular initiative to go forward for the excellence. So this academic audit video is available in the YouTube. You can visit, and many faculty development programs has been run, and there is a special program called the ELF English Language Fellow Program for the Andhra Pradesh, where eminent professors from the US state, they will come and they will stay here, and they will train our lecturers in different student learning mechanisms or the processes, and this program is called the ELF program, which is an asset for our lecturers. And these techniques has been implemented in a skill development centers of Andhra Pradesh called as Jawahar Knowledge Centers, which is called to be the training as well as the placement centers for the degree colleges, where we will give the training for the students after or before the college hours. And if you can see the English language labs, our government is very particular to establish the Jawahar Knowledge Center labs, which has been equipped with internet and 50 computers, and we are establishing the English language lab in each government colleges. At most 70% of government colleges have the English language labs, where it can enhance the speaking as well as listening skills of a student by using the ICT technology, I can say. And Manati is one of the tool which we have started past 10 years back with a TV. Each college will be equipped with the LED TV, and we will telecast the lessons which are pre-recorded or the live stream lessons, and we are going for the web streaming for this year. And this is one of the assets for our colleges, where the communication is easy and we can fill the gaps of the rural students, particularly for the rural students, because every state is suffering with lack of teachers. So that can be compensated with these sort of techniques. And there is a program called to be the Youth Arangam, where we will appreciate the efforts of the best lecturers as well as the principals as well as the students in this junctures. It may be academics or in the sports or in the culture. So these are the 25 best practices which were identified and appreciated by the government of India, and we published a book on the best practices of AP. So what are the ICT initiatives that we are doing and that we are going to do? If you can see this, the Manati is one of the tools where we are using the ELL labs which have been established in our government colleges as well as in the private aided colleges, and the JKC labs, which are the skill development centers which are mainly focused on the ICT tools. And we pilotly launched 2 colleges called to be the girl colleges for the women. We have started social welfare government degree colleges, where we would like to see it as a book-free campus. So every student will be given as a laptop, and they will browse at maximum whatever the content they need. They will try to do on the laptop rather than on the books. Books will be there, but we are trying to reduce the number of books as a student book-free campus. And there is a special awards which is given to the students called the Pratibha Awards, been initiated by our Honorable CM, where at most 2,000 students will be identified in different subjects in the academics, and they will be awarded a tab and as well as a 20,000 cash prize, so that it enhances the students to go towards the ICT, and we will give the total applications, educational application will be embedded in the tablet, and it will be distributed on the occasion called the Pratibha Awards Puraskaram. And There is a special it's not a book, it's an informative guide which is released day before yesterday by the Honorable CM. It is called by the Skill Genie. So if you can see the website, it is called by the AP Knowledge website. Kindly, I request all the members to visit this website where we have launched, where we have placing maximum information in this website. If you can see this website, this book comprises of an informative guide, because we have published in Java Knowledge Centers, we have published these soft skills, analytical skills, everything we have published and distributed to the students. It costs about 30 to 40 lakhs per an year. But when we go to deeper into the deeper roots of, I can say, ground reality, students doesn't want to read again and again. He was feeling boredom by reading, by looking at the textbooks. Some students, I can say at least. So most of the students are searching, they are browsing. What they are browsing, it's unknown, but they are browsing something. So we thought of our Chief Secretary, Mr. Tucker. He took special interest on this, and he himself took interest for three months, and the final draft was released. It's a draft, final draft was released and put up in AP Knowledge website. So this Skill Journey is an informative guide where a student will learn according to the content which has been there in the book. He will try to browse everything and he will know what is there in the book, which doesn't give anything. If I say to a student that build up your positive attitude, he will ask me what it means positive attitude, why I should build up. So by linking some of the examples, that's why it is called the Skill Journey, a life skill book. It is a book, a self-explanatory book where it links to the ICT world, I can say. All the TEDx videos related to that lesson will be there in the book, so that the student will go deeper into the book and search for the things which he needs and which are very essential for a student to cross the interviews. So, and with the British Council, we are going to launch these online courses which are very feasible for us, and we are going to start the online courses which are fitted to the curriculum maybe in 1 or 2 months. And everything in the monitoring mechanism which I told you, the academic audit reports will be uploaded into the website, and we will review the academic audit reports of each college in the review meetings. And we have the JKCs which have the online timetable. We will monitor each JKC with the Skype. We have installed every college, we've been installed by the Skype, and I can call any college at the particular time and ask the faculty whether he is teaching or not. And finally, there are KPIs, so-called as the key performance indicators. So every department in Andhra Pradesh have a key performance indicators, that is the performance indicators in terms of the academics as well as the financials. So these key performance indicators being monitored by the Honorable CM in core dashboard. If you can see this is a core dashboard where every department information is being linked to this, so that the performance of a department will be known to the Chief Minister for every day. But for educational institutes, we used to update the information quarterly, and key performance indicators will play a vital role. For the purpose of key performance indicators also, the institutions are striving to update the information where they need to do the work. Unless and until they don't do the work, they can't update it. So like, how many institutes been accredited? What is the status of placements? Everything has to be updated, and every technique is being ICT enabled, I can say, because we are working with a CM who is IT passionate CM, I can say. So finally, I would like to wrap because time is very short and I can't elaborate all these things. And there are mighty projects which are coming to the Andhra Pradesh. One is called the e-Pragati, where it is giving maximum extent of, I can say, maximum extent of e-learning modules and e-learning material to each institute. It may be school education or higher education, and that's the reason we are going to have an ICT enabled campus in 1 year. And AP Fiber Grid is one of the assets for the Andhra Pradesh, where every house from the July is getting 10 to 100 Mbps speed of internet, and it is of a minimal cost, so that the CM can monitor the performance of the departments directly from his chamber through core dashboard. And MeSave application has been developed for the student management system as well as for the learning mechanism and as well as for everything, and we are going to have a student monitoring mechanism as well as student management mechanism. And e-office and digital keys has been supplied to the each office, so that the file distribution will be so faster and we can reduce the paper. And this has been started in the secretariat and it's going to be extended in all the offices. Every government employee should have an e-key, or it can be termed as digital key, so that he can distribute or he can transfer his files within fraction of seconds or minutes to the CM even. And RUSA is one of the best asset for our AP, where 67 colleges have been funded with by the RUSA, and 67 colleges been transferred to, I can say it's a smart campus, by enabling all the facilities which you are aware. So I can't say that in a fraction of 10 or 12 seconds or 12 or 12 minutes I can elaborate my higher education, but somehow the initiatives which are linked to the ICT for the students as well as for the society might it's a platform where I can share the feelings as well as share my higher education process which is going on in the Andhra Pradesh, so that it can be implied for the other states, and I can take some suggestions if there is anything there in the in my PPT. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and once again thank you for the patience listening, and as well as for concentrating for at least 10 minutes for this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Srinivas. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sudhir Gautam. I come from Hyderabad, and I'm quite aware of the situation in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So I just wanted to put few words about Andhra Pradesh. It's been the leader in e-governance, and many e-initiatives have been taken up. And after the bifurcation, Hyderabad has been the hub so far. Now AP has many challenges to face. So Dr. Srinivas has given us some insights, what are the initiatives they have taken and how they are taking help of the central government towards funding infrastructure and all that. And I would like to tell this AP has been the leader in e-governance in India so far. And the same ICT initiatives have been, we can see in all the sectors, be it in education, be it in the other social programs of the state. It has been setting example for all the states in India. Now I would request Professor Jaydev to take over, please. Thank you.
Yeah. So I know actually we are short of time, so I'll be very brief. Yeah. So it's taking time. Have a mandatory semester-long industry internship, where all the students of all the programs will be required to spend a semester-long time in an area of their specialization. Yeah, to tell you about KLU, yesterday Times of India released Times Engineering Ranking Survey 2016. It's a third edition of their survey, and KLU is ranked top 1 in both AP and Telangana. Of course, last month College Search, which is India's one of popular admissions platform, they conducted a countrywide survey where students can participate and rate all colleges, and KLU beat 2 IITs to win 2 awards for best college for best academic infrastructure, and also for best events. And yeah, Times of India. Yeah, sorry, the first one is actually the Ministry of Human Resources Development, MHRD, this year for the first time held a countrywide massive exercise to evaluate and rank all colleges and universities across disciplines. So KLU figured there 59 all India and top 1 in both AP and Telangana. Yeah, so as I said, practice school is a mandatory semester-long industry internship students do across all programs, and we have been doing it for the past 5 years, and yeah, it carries credits. A few of the programs have only what you call half semester. Yeah, the goal is to help students acquire employability skills and to help students apply the concept they learn in the classroom to real-world work scenarios, and to help students discover their shortcomings and strengths so that they can improve and address their shortcomings, and to help students increase their professional confidence, and to help students achieve a successful transition from college to the industry, and to help students to build a network with potential employers. Yeah, so we have heard that there are a lot of internships. So so is KLU's practice school internship the same or different? No, it's very different, because the KLU practice school internship is rigorously evaluated and intensely monitored. And there are 3 different stakeholders who participate in the evaluation of each student who attends this internship. They are, the college, the college department panel, and you have the practice school faculty panel, and you have the company mentor. All 3 people, they very rigorously monitor and evaluate each student throughout the duration of the internship. Yeah, so internships happen, which we call practice school, in the final year of the master's and bachelor's programs. Yeah. So yeah, I've been given time. So both in the first semester, second semester. So students have a choice. They can choose either the first semester or second semester. And yeah, initially we started off with a BTech program for the first 3 years. Then we scaled up to include MTech program, all disciplines. And last year we have added 3 more programs: BCom, BBA, MBA, and hotel management courses. Yeah, and attendance is 100%. But however, in genuine cases, students with prior approval can take 2 to 6 leaves for the whole duration of the internship. Yeah, some brief statistics. So we have been highly successful in placing all the students of all the programs since inception. So yeah, so it shows for 3 programs: BTech, MTech, and BCom. Yeah, the credits are 18, for MBA 9, for the 6. We have 5 practice school stations: Hyderabad, Vijayawada, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, and Bengaluru. However, 50% of the students do practice school in Hyderabad. Evaluation, as I said already, that's, yeah, successes. KLU has been very successful in terms of achieving 100% placement in the practice school. The challenge is some of the students find 3 months being very short, because most of the companies, especially IT companies, use proprietary software, and students take around 2 months to understand and master the technology, and there's little time for them to understand, to innovate. Yeah, future. So yeah, currently, so we are allowing students with CGPA below 6.5 to apply for internship. Now, we are going to remove that stipulation. All students, regardless of CGPA stipulation, will be allowed from next year onward. And we're also going to increase the duration of the internship to 6 months. And then we are going to also set up our practice school stations in 3 more locations, Pune, Mumbai, and Delhi. And as I said, as of today, practice school is applicable for 6 programs. From next year onward, it will be for all programs in the campus. Thank you.
I think they deserve a big round of applause. Kindly, I think we have learned a lot of things from our panel of speakers, Canara Bank. A big round of applause to Mr. Virupaksha sir. And our panel other speakers, Mr. Dr. K. Ilmurugu, Controller of Examinations, Tamil Nadu Agriculture. And also Dr. Srinivas from Academic Officer, Commissioner of Critical Education. And Mr. Amaya Dongre, Project Lead, Orion Indian Systems. Sir, your video is ready now? No? Okay, fine. And as a token of respect, kindly accept a memento from elets, Technomedia and the organizers. Kindly